Recently, Higgsfield had an action scene contest, and I figured I'd give it a shot. So first I created the main character, Alamo. I took a picture of myself, created a reference sheet, and used the cling element feature to ensure character consistency.
He's using Higgsfield.
Which brings me to the first thing I learned. You gotta be cheap. I tried to focus on cost and budget just as a conventional movie would. Milking the Nano Banana Pro Unlimited option is one way to not nuke your credits. I ignored the options for multiple generations because they cost, and once you start, it's hard to stop. Yes, I know it saves time if it gets it right, but it adds up. I basically rinsed and repeated to create the Usher agents. The key prompt here was an agent modeled after the Matrix but wearing a vintage movie Usher's uniform. The key prompt for the location was a dilapidated vintage movie theater, and after that, depending on the scene, I would just add entrance, concession stand, lobby, auditorium, which brings me to the second thing I learned. Of all the AI gen platforms I've tried so far, Higgsfield speaks filmmaker the best.
Ari Alexa 35, Sony Venice, the Pandavision Millennium.
So any knowledge of filmmaking terminology will take you a long way. So, getting back to the Matrix inspiration. Yes, the Matrix is obviously iconic, bullet time, etc. But my favorite is the Matrix Reloaded. Yeah, I said it, especially the upgrade scene. This is what I was going for. Neo hands at his sides, elegantly bobbing and weaving, dipping and dobbing, and the agents, ushers in our case, desperately trying to hit him, but just can't. They can't touch my boy. They can't touch him. That's what I was going for, but unfortunately,
He's using Higgsfield.
I used all my best prompts, locked in some bulletproof start frames and end frames, and despite my best efforts, the fight scenes were complete. That's when I learned, for fight scenes, Kling 3.0 is complete. I thought this would be easy, but I was mistaken. Which brought me to the next thing I learned, which was the epic entries from some of the other movies in the contest must have been using some other video gens, like Sea Dance 2.0 or something like that. But Sea Dance wasn't available on Higgsfield during the contest, and it still isn't at the time of this recording. Anyway, this AI fight fail led me to something that I had suspected, but now confirmed. No matter how much all-in-one AI hype you hear, editing will always reign supreme. It's a vital step in conventional filmmaking, and it's a vital step in AI filmmaking. Since there were so many failed or partially failed generations, I had to pull out every trick in the book to Frankenstein the fight scenes into something usable. But even in sifting through the garbage of failed generations, I learned something. I was able to make a good fight sound library from the fails. So check the sounds of your failed gens before you delete them. They may have something you can use later. I used Higgsfield angles for the final kick into the concession stand. Even though my fight scene looked nothing like the reference, I at least wanted the last hit to feel like Reloaded, and I think I succeeded. In Kling multi-shot mode, I had the angle change from overhead to a rear tracking, which to my surprise didn't nuke a bunch of credits. I had my homie Tasso send me a recording of his lines and some reference photos, from which I made a reference sheet. I used Nano Banana Pro to put him in an operator's environment. I used the lip sync feature and added him to the scene. Shout out to Tasso. The auditorium scene. So, made a new Usher, same steps as before. Admittedly, I didn't come up with a good fight sequence in the auditorium. Which brings me to the next thing I learned. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. I mean, I managed to wing it and complete the short. The failure came in not staying on budget, instead of planning the fight scene beat by beat beforehand. Because Kling sucked so much, more Frankenstein editing the fight together, with Foley and music doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So in the end, I just had him get kicked in the face and disintegrate, whatever. The final scene. The geography and spatial relationship between the characters was really important, but hard to nail. One character is on the balcony and the other is standing on the theater floor. For whatever reason, the wide shot of the two kept failing. At that moment, I learned that a little math goes a long way. I knew that I could sell the shot if I had the eye lines match up, meaning have the characters look at each other. The way I did it was prompt to have the protagonist center right of frame, looking up left 30 degrees, and have the antagonist center left, looking down 30 degrees. And to my surprise, that joint worked. For the finale, originally I had the protagonist fly up to the balcony, Neo style, but that looked goofy. I just couldn't get the scale right. Also, I was out of time. But luckily, Higgsfield's Thunder God effect was just what I needed. I always dismissed all the effects as cheesy gimmicks that I would never use, but I learned there's a time and place for every effect.